Hello, this is Chan the Tech Man. Chan the Tech Man. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and like my videos and watch my other videos. I'm going to continue to try to make videos as best as I can. I don't really have a good camera to record. I have a monstrous camera. It's more of a movie style camera. I really don't like using it. It's heavy, big. You got to use a big tripod on it, and I don't have a backdrop, a small backdrop. I have a really big cloth backdrop, but that's a pain to put up. So we got a big cloth backdrop and a big camera, and that's really hard to set up and to get a good audio on it. So I want to wait till I get a good webcam. I got one picked out. I'm going to get that, getting some games and different things first before I get all that set up. So that's why you don't see me, and I have websites pulled up. And you just bear with me. And I did find I forgot I had this, a WinTV PVR2. I forgot I had that. It's a USB 2. I don't know how you pronounce the company's name, but I forgot I had that. I've had that for extremely long time, but back way in the analog TV days. Now it's all digital broadcast, but it has a video in and composite or a coax in. So I can do some capture on my consoles, game consoles. So I found that out, so we'll try to do that. I ordered a blinking light wind for my original NES to get it running in top condition, and when I get that in, it might be a few months because they're on back order. So it gets you some good game captures. I can do Gauntlet 2. I got that. I like that too. There's mixed reviews on that, but that's basically the arcade of Gauntlet, called Gauntlet 2. It's similar, but it's different than Gauntlet. I want to try to do that, talk about that, and different things. So we got a lot good in store. So you just bear with me. It's just taking time. I hope the audio was better on this, and I'm getting it all set up now. I believe I got the audio set up pretty good. If it's not, leave me a comment. And but try to subscribe and like my videos and share them. I'm not making any money off of this. I just want to do this. I want to do this for a long time, tech videos. As you can see, I got a Star Wars pulled up here. I've asked to give a review of Star Wars Episode 9. I think what they mean is what I think or hope is going to happen. And I'm going to also talk about Episode 8 of what my reviews. It was okay. When I watched it the second time, it wasn't as bad. I'm the type of person, though, I want to know what happens in a movie before I watch it. I want to know the end before I watch it, and I want to figure things out. That's the way I am. I want to know that with everything. That's just the way I am. Like it or not, that's me. And so I did know what would happen before I watched it, and some people don't want to be told, and they get upset when they're told. I want to be told. And I personally think Palpatine, there's a theory right here in this website, Vader corrupted Kylo Ren. That is possible. I know Kylo was looking at the Vader's old helmet, Anakin's old helmet when he turned to dark side, so Vader's old helmet. It's possible, but I think it's pretty clear, though, that the Snoke's corrupted Kylo. I think it's really clear that you see the whole thing of Snoke's taunting him and stuff. I think Snoke's corrupted him. He knew what Kylo was going to do. Obviously, Snoke was really powerful in the Force, more powerful by far than the Emperor. Some people don't believe that, but I think if Snoke fought the Emperor, I think it would be hands down Snoke would win. Obviously, I don't think Snoke would have fought the Emperor, but I think that they did, Snoke would have clearly beat the Emperor. Emperor was really strong. Obviously, he was stronger than Yoda, and he beat Yoda. Some people don't believe that, but it's clearly, if you watch the three, clearly Snoke beat Yoda, and Yoda kind of got discouraged and run off and went and hid. and that's what they had in Episode 8. That's what they had Luke to do. Pretty much, he was the exact same storyline of Yoda, and from the fight onwards. That's what Yoda did, so they had Luke do that. Luke disappeared like Yoda did, and Obi-Wan did. If you notice, Obi-Wan disappeared like that, because before Vader hit him, you could see he already disappeared. So Vader didn't cut Obi-Wan in half. He disappeared. So technically, Vader didn't kill Obi-Wan. You have your opinions on that. That's my opinion on it. Don't argue over opinions. I'm not saying you're wrong for believing that. It's a movie. It don't really matter. That's what my opinion is. And you can see there is ads on this website here. When you see that, I don't know anything about this movie they're advertising, but that's just the ad that's on this website. Like I said, I don't have a camera, so I do that this way. And I'm getting good feedback on these things, so I'm going to continue to do it. I like doing it. I wanted to do it for a long time, tech stuff, so I'm going to do it. And when I do news, I'll say Chan Chan the newsman. But now I'm the Chan Chan the tech man. That covers gaming and tech and all of that good stuff. I've always liked tech. My first computer was the Tandy color computer. It did say Tandy on it, so I think it was the later ones, because the first one said Radio Shack. You know it's the same company. Radio Shack owned Tandy. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure they did. I might be wrong on that, but that was my first computer. I'd like to get another one to do a video on that and just play around on it. But Commodore was pretty similar to it. I'm kind of getting on a rabbit trail with that. But let's get back to this. And see, Luke went and hid, though, according to Episode 8. There is theories that I hope they go with, that was a fake, that he was doing that to test her and to teach her. And his projection, that was a projection on that planet talking to her, and when he fought Kylo, that was a projection of a projection. That's why the other one disappeared, that he was actually on a different planet. I hope they go with that. That would be great. I would love that. As we all know, movie people do what they want and not what fans want. I think that's wrong. I think they should do what fans want. I think it's clear that people are getting sick of it. They look at the rating on Episode 8, not very good. They said Solo wasn't a very good rating and didn't do very good. Obviously, people are just getting sick of Star Wars because of how they're doing it. They was really mean to people. The last director was really mean to the cast. And even at a public event, he was really mean. I think somebody needs to give them a wake-up call, and the fans need to give them a wake-up call, and especially if they don't do Episode 9, just boycott Star Wars until they reboot it or something. I think they should, possibly they could go with that, all of that stuff, I hope they do, the stuff in 8 wasn't as it seemed. And that Snoke knew that Kylo and taunted Kylo to cut him in half, but he really didn't cut him in half. That was a projection. I think they should go with that. I think that would be the best thing to do. And Snoke is still alive, and I think that's really possible. The more I watched that, the more I seen is clearly that Snoke was taunting him. If you don't believe that, you got your opinion. You can. But my opinion is, and you're not gonna change that. Unless I see in 9 that I'm wrong. But even if they don't show him in 9, that doesn't mean that he is Snoke's dad. They did that with in Episode 1, 2, and 3. And I found out that one guy, that he wasn't dead. So I think that they'll do that with this one, and that actually he wasn't dead, or even if he was cut in half, that he was still alive, because it's proven when you cut in half in the Star Wars universe that they're not dead. It cauterizes them. So I think that they'll go that way. It was clearly shown, was saying that Snoke was saying to Kylo that he knew that was going to happen, and he was taunting him. And I think Snoke is really powerful. He could beat Palpatine if he wanted to, if they fought pretty easy. Snoke was, in the movies, he was the most powerful one in the Force, in the movies. I think that's pretty clear. I mean, you can say otherwise, but if you clearly watch it, that was clear. And Kylo is not strong. He could be strong in the Force, and he's probably more stronger in the Force, but his pride, and he's just like Anakin. He had this pride, and he was blinded, and that was his downfall. Kylo, that will probably be his downfall. I think Kylo lied to her when he said her parents were junkers. Maybe that's what he feels about Luke. I think it's pretty obvious that Luke should be her father. Whether they go with that, they probably won't go with it, but they're wrong and they're silly for not doing it. But I think they should go with that Luke was her father, and Kylo, either he didn't know that and he liked her and wanted to go out with her, or he knew that but he still wanted to go out with her, or he knew that and so that's why he wanted her to come, because that he knew that she was his cousin, and he was like, he wanted them to rule the galaxy together like Vader wanted Luke. So they wanted a relative that was strong in the Force, and that's possible. And I hope they go with what the fans want. They probably won't, but I hope they do. And you can see they have this theory. I don't know if I agree with it. That is possible. Vader could have corrupted Kylo Ren, not Snoke. He could have done some in it, but corrupting him, I don't know. But it's clearly Snoke did at least some part. That was clear. And they have another Star Wars the theory here that Vader is going to be a ghost in it. That's possible. I think if he is, he wouldn't be Vader, though. He would be Anakin again, because that was clear at the end that he appeared as Anakin again. He's no longer Vader. So I think that would be highly impossible that he would be Vader, though. If he appeared, he would be Anakin. And that's my theories on it. And I don't know if they'll go with that or not. If they don't, I think they need to fire everybody. And Lucas, Disney needs to come in and fire every single one of them and get fans to do this. When fans do it, they'll do it right. Or somebody with money to buy a Lucas and redo it and fire everybody and redo it. I think Lucasfilms is really hurting right now because they're doing some really stupid stuff. And they need to wake up. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And in future, you'll see me in video form. It's kind of hard for me to do it right now. I don't like how the phone records video. It doesn't do a pure 16 by 9 or even 4 by 3. It does awkward, especially if you do front facing towards you, the selfie cam, or whatever you call it on the phone part. It does it long screen. I don't like that, and it just would be too hard to turn it around and record because you can't see what it's recording. So I don't really like doing it on the phone. I have done it in the past, but I don't like to. So I'm trying to get a webcam, and so share your thoughts on what kind of webcam in the comments, and share your thoughts about Star Wars. If you agree with me or you don't agree with me, or you just don't care about Star Wars, that's okay. And if you want me to do other videos, comment on them. I do my best to do those videos about it. And I thank you for watching, and thank you for your positive feedback. That's really good to get encouragement. So knowing that you get encouragement, and that's my theories on Star Wars, and I think it's very possible. Another theory that I wanted to share is maybe a reason why he didn't tell her that if he knew, and maybe a reason why he lied, saying that her parents were junkers, is because she saw him kill his dad, so that would be her uncle. by marriage, and she found out that, she would have been absolutely even more furious that that was her uncle. And she finally met somebody, a relative that cared for her kind of and treated her good, and he got killed. So that, maybe that's why. That's a good reason. And he didn't want her to know that they was related for that reason. I hope they go with that, but we'll see. That's my thoughts on episode 9, what I think should happen, and Snoke would still be alive, and Luke fights Snoke, and I would like to see that. We'll see if that happens. I really didn't like how they did the big Death Star type of thing in episode 8. I think it was very horrible. I didn't like it. I don't know if they built it around the planet or they built it inside to look like a planet. It was just weird. I just didn't like it. And it's really just a horrible movie. The more I watched it, the more I did like it. It is still, I could have done better. Anybody could have done better. Any Star Wars fan could have done better. But thank you for watching. I know I maybe rambled, but thank you anyway. And I forgot to mention, I did make a intro video, so I hope you like it and share your comments on that. If you can do one better, you send me one. You'll message me or send a comment on there, and I'll give you my email address, and you can send me a video, intro video or outro video, and I'll use it and give you credit for it. And but I'm just getting back in this video stuff and learning, so we'll learn together. Thank you.